everyone. Thank you so much, Michael. Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. We're so happy to be with you today and to share a little about our internship program, our virtual internship program. My name is Doreen Frempomba. I'm project manager and head of internships at MadLearn. And I'm joined by our awesome founder and CEO, and I'll allow her to introduce herself. Olivia, would you like to go ahead?
Sure, Doreen, thank you so much. And welcome, students. I see 62 of us in the room today, which is amazing. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you, students, for introducing yourself in the chat. Whoever else would like to do so, feel free to do that. We always love to know who we're talking to and who we're here with today. As Doreen mentioned, my name is Alethea Master. I am the founder and CEO of MadLearn, and this is the company we're going to tell you a little bit about today. We actually are so lucky because we get to work with hundreds of schools just like yours all over the country, and actually work in schools and work with students during the school day, and also have this internship program that we have after school and weekends and summers and things like that as well. So really excited for Doreen to share with us. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia, and Doreen forgot to mention this, but she is based in Accra, Ghana. So if anyone wants to guess, don't Google it, guess, or if you know, guess what time it is in Accra, Ghana. It is, of course, a completely different country in a different continent, halfway around the world. But she is here joining us today from her home in Accra, Ghana. And she will tell us what time it is. And Aryan has a guess that says 7-ish, maybe. So Doreen, you can tell us exactly what time it is.
That's actually right. It's 7. It's a little past 7 p.m. here in Accra, Ghana.
Excellent. And there's time zone differences, right? And we are in 2 different countries. We also have team members in 4 different states here in the US and also in India as well. So our team is a global team, and you're going to hear a little bit more about that from Doreen. But it's a pleasure to be with you today. I am an educator turned entrepreneur. I used to be a teacher for many years, and I absolutely loved it. And about 8 years ago, I decided to work on starting a company and a program with this fabulous group of people that I get to call my team and my family. And we worked on creating a company called MadLearn, which you're going to hear about from Doreen. So with that, Doreen, I will hand it back to you.
Thank you, Alethea. So let's talk a little bit about MadLearn and what MadLearn is. So MadLearn stands for Mobile App Development. And as Alethea mentioned a little bit about, it's an innovative learning program that teaches students how to develop their own mobile applications. So we're teaching students around the world how to build mobile apps and see it instantly on their phones. Isn't that cool? It's a web-based tool that brings mobile application development and programming in with students, how they can build their own apps, how they can come up with ideas, build apps, very cool apps that solve social issues and other problems around the world. So that's what essentially MadLearn is about. And as we mentioned earlier, we're a global team. So I am based in Accra, Ghana. We have team members in India. We have team members in Pittsburgh, in New York, all over the world. And it's exciting to work in such a diverse and global team, and experience different cultures and, work seamlessly, even though we're found in different parts of the world. I've been working with MadLearn for 5 years now, and 2 of those years have been from Accra, Ghana. I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia, but I moved to Ghana a few years ago. So I work from here now. And so let's talk about the goals of our virtual internship program. So the first one is that the internship program is available to students all over the world. Like I mentioned, it's a virtual program, so you don't have to drive to a location to intern with us. We've had students from all over the world intern with us, students from Canada, students in the United States, all parts of the United States, students in Ghana, students in different parts of the world interning with us. So it's been exciting for, to students to meet each other and learn from each other on the internship program. Our other aim is to connect students to learn from each other, like I mentioned. So we have students who are joining us from different parts of the world and learning from each other. We're also very keen on having students, sharpen their skills and acquire new ones, of course. Also providing an enabling environment where students can experience how to do meaningful work. So you're not just, when you join our internship program, you're not just doing mundane work, you're actually doing meaningful work that will be used, which are used in our product. And so you would find out that students who have interned in the past with us have created avatars for our program, have done different things that are being used currently in our products. And so you don't just do mundane work, you actually do real work and experience how it feels like to work in a global team. And so let's now talk about the structure of our internship program. So what happens is that interns are assigned tasks and mentors based on their interests. So what we do is we ask you what you are interested in. Do you tell us what are you interested in working on? And then we find projects on the team that you can work on. And then we give you a mentor who is a senior member of the team. Another thing is that our program is very flexible. And so we ask you what hours or what times you are available to work with us. And then we design your tasks according to your availability. And so we're very flexible. All tasks are also recorded in a special folder assigned to each intern. So I'm sure people are curious about how a virtual internship works. How are you going to work virtually with us? We have a folder for each intern, which we call a portfolio. So once you join our team, we create this folder for you, and all your tasks, everything you do will be put in that folder. And so your mentor has the right to go in the folder and see your task, the tasks you perform each week, and give you feedback on the tasks. Also, interns are given the opportunity to, present on our team meetings, just like we do as a team, and give weekly reports on their progress. And so as a team, we meet during the week. We meet usually on Mondays to discuss what we did in the previous week and what our plans are for the next week. And so interns are given the same opportunity. What I want you to also understand as interns is that we don't treat you as interns. You are part of a team. And so whatever we do as team members, you partake in the same, routines, just like us. And it's part of learning how to work in a global team.
Maureen, real quick, I want to interrupt, okay, if I may, please. So we have some great questions coming in the chat. Thank you, students. I'm so glad. And Michael shared the website to our program. So go check it out, right? Check out our website, absolutely. And you'll see on the slides, it's at the bottom corner of the slides as well. But go look at who we are. What is our program? A lot of times, and this is something that's important about virtual internships, right? You might have heard a lot about internships that are local, that are in person, that are ones you can go to a building, go to an office, and you can intern either in the computer science realm or a technology company in general, or something that has to do with computer science, even if you're not directly coding. All of those things are great. With us, you can do all of those things and more from the comfort of your home. So this is a flexible program. If there is not a company like this that exists locally, you can work with us globally. And so even though we are not local in Loudoun County, and hopefully we'll be working with some Loudoun County schools soon, because we do love teaching students how to build apps and do that during the curriculum as a part of your computer science experience, as a part of any class at all. Hey, instead of writing a book report paper, you can make a book report mobile app instead, and really build in those opportunities to create with technology. But Rula, you had a question, which is this for computer design or coding? Our internships are extremely flexible. So if you are interested in learning certain computer science, certain coding languages, you could apply those with us from a coding internship perspective. If you're interested in design and images and creating the visual interface element of things, there are opportunities for you to do that with us. If you're really into marketing, let's say, or social media, all technology companies, anything that's technology related has a lot of different parts of that work. Coding and computer science, of course, is one of those things. There's writing, there's blogging, there's social media, there's sales, there's of course product ideation, there's creating
event management as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's so many different things that you could do with us. The point is for you to tell us what you're interested in. What do you want to learn more about? What do you have skills in that you want to sharpen? What do you want to get experience with? So ours, we don't have open internship positions. We are just looking for open interns, and that's hopefully who you are. But hopefully, Rula, that answered your question. There's lots of different ways to do that. Andrew, your question is, so today what we are talking about is internships. We are talking about an internship opportunity for you. So if you like what our company is, if you like who we are as a team, if you think we might be an interesting company for you to intern with, then that is what we're talking about today. So this is something that you would do, and Sharon, Michael, please correct me if I'm wrong. The internships, the expectation is that the students are doing this out of school time, right? It's not something that they are doing in school, right? So Andrew, if you're interested in interning with us, you would be doing it during hours after school, on the weekend, summer vacation, winter break, spring break, any of those times where you're not in school. You can spend hours, and again, you tell us, hey, I'm available for 5 hours a week or 10 hours a week, and we can create your internship accordingly. But this is a program that is specifically for you to do as an internship after school hours. At our core, though, what MadLearn is an in-school program that is teaching students how to do a lot of different things, and that's what you'll be helping with if you decide to work with us. You're welcome, Andrew. Go ahead, Doreen.
Okay. And now I just want you to invite you to, check out the cool apps that students have created with MadLearn and see the kinds of things we do. Like we said, check out our website, of course, but also take out your phone if you have one and download the Mad Store app so you can check out amazing student apps that have been created around the world. And so these are resources which we'll share with your facilitators as well, so they can share with you. But then the first one is an internship video where you get to hear from interns who have interned with us in the past about their experiences, and the kinds of work they did with us. And then the second one is, of course, the application form. So both of these will be made available to you as well.
And actually, Doreen, if we could play the video, I think that would be great. So let's test that and see if it does work in terms of sound. Michael, do you have, if we send you this YouTube link, do you think you'd be able to play it on your end? And I just want to make sure the sound works well and it doesn't cut out.
What I would actually recommend is, if you know how long the video is, just put the link in the chat and then give kids an opportunity to watch it that way at home.
Okay. Perfect. So we will do that. We'll put that link in the chat for you, students. We'd love for you to watch this video. It is actually a video of other student interns that have been with us for a summer, a semester, a whole year. But this is a video of MadLearn student interns talking about their experience, what they learned, what was interesting about that. So we will put that link in the chat for you. And Doreen, if you could go back to the slide with the QR code, some students do want to scan that. So that's the Mad Store. And even if you don't scan it, if you just go on your phone to the App Store, Google Play Store, and search for Mad Store, I put that in the chat as well. It's MAD Store. That's our version of the App Store. So any app that a student makes with MadLearn, they can instantly see and use and share on their phone through a real functioning Mad Store mobile app. So that's a way that you can look at other work that students all over the world have done, and just play around with what they've created. Some things might be really simple. We have third grade, second grade, third grade students that are building apps, absolutely middle school students that are building apps, some high school as well. If you guys are computer science, you've taken computer science classes, you might look at MadLearn and say, oh, I got this, I know this already, or oh, this is totally cool. And that's good. We want to help build that interest over time. And so now that you have a little bit more experience, since you're in the high school level, or middle school, wherever you are, we do have internships for middle school students and high school students. Yes, those are lots of things that are available. Doreen, if you could put those links in the chat, please. I know students are asking about the application link and the YouTube link, and we will add those to the chat. But I know the next thing is questions, right?
Right now, can I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, absolutely. You can stop your screen share, and we will put those links in the chat for you, students. Questions. I know we answered some of those questions as they were coming through in the chat, but we would love to hear from you. We would love to hear questions. I know this was a little bit of a quick overview of what's possible with an internship with us. Doreen, if you stop your screen share for us, I do want to address a couple things, right? So the first one is, why should we even think about an internship? When we go through high school, when we go through college, or whatever it is that exists for us after high school, we learn a lot in school. There's no doubt about it. School is absolutely important, but work experience is very important as well. Getting experience working with a team of people, knowing how to email, how to Slack, how to communicate online, how to be present, how to do real work and real projects and submit it to somebody, and get feedback from your team. All of these things in a work setting are extremely beneficial to help you be prepared for that first job that you're going to get. We want to make sure when you apply to that first job, you have such a great set of skills and a great resume to show that future employer the kinds of things that you can do. So we would love to have you intern with us. We have several opportunities for you to do so. The video is there in the chat, and the application is in the chat as well. But there's such an important part of our work experience that we get from internships. So we're big fans, and we want you to participate, if not with our company, with all of the other great companies that your district is bringing together to showcase to you, for you to explore opportunities. And you never know what you're going to like or not like unless you try it. So if there's nothing you take away from today, take this with you. Try everything. Try everything, explore everything. It's okay for you to not like it. It's okay for you to figure out what you do like, what you don't like. The only way you know is if you try. So try everything. What are some questions, Sharon, Michael, that you may have gotten from students, or some other questions? I see some of us on camera. If you want to put your hand up and ask a question, feel free to do so. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Ask us, what are you thinking about? Okay, so we have a question that says, what will the daily, weekly operations of the internship be like? Very good question. One of the requirements that we have for any intern is to make sure that you are a part of our weekly team meeting. We typically have those Monday morning, and I know you're gonna be in school at that time, so we'll talk about and figure out how we can make it work so that you could be a part of those. But we do wanna make sure that you can meet the team every week. We all meet as a team once a week, and we talk about what we did, what we didn't do, what we have to get done that week. So that is one thing that is a sort of a required meeting for you to participate in and be a part of. The rest of the week and the number of hours that you spend and the work that you do will be custom based on who you are and what your interests are. And that's where that application comes into place. And I know Michael said there may be a different application form coming out. So maybe we should, Michael, should we ignore the application form that we put in the chat?
You know, I'll talk with Christina. I know that she was just going to kind of be like a clearinghouse area.
Okay.
For all the links to the internships. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that they have it, but you know how it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So students, if you want to take a look at our application, you'll see some of the questions that we ask, and you'll kind of understand what to be prepared for. But we don't have, I know another question is, what are some of the internships? It could be, I talked about a couple of these already. It could be anything that you are interested in. If you know you really are into making designs and making images, come intern with us. You can make avatars for our new product that's coming out later this year. If you're really into understanding social media, you can help us create social media posts. If you like writing, you could create blogs. If you're into thinking more about coding, you can help us and our developers on the back end develop some of the things that we are creating for our students in terms of that app development tool and the curriculum. You might be interested in teaching other people how to do this. And so you could help us with curriculum and creating some videos. Maybe you're interested in video, shooting videos and editing videos. You could create a set of videos for us that our students teaching students how to build an app. That would be so cool. So lots of different opportunities there. Again, it's based on your skills, your interest, what you're wanting to learn more about. Are there any prerequisites? There is only one, an open mind. That is the only prerequisite that we have to intern with us, an open mind. And actually, I will say, I know Doreen will remind us of this. The second one is good communication. We want you to respond to an email. If we email you, you need to respond. If you accept an invite to attend a meeting, you need to be there. So because it's a virtual internship, you're not coming into our office and we're not seeing you in person every day. We know we have to hear back from you. You have to respond to us for us to know that you're there. So that would be the second big one. Okay, what's one of the biggest challenges that this internship will bring? Very good question. I enjoy overcoming challenges and growing from a professional standpoint, so this sounds amazing. What is a big challenge that this internship will bring? Doreen, what do you think? You've worked with all of our interns from the very beginning. What do you think is one of the biggest challenges?
If you want to learn something new, you might have, you might struggle a bit, but like we said in the beginning, it's always good to have an open mind and to try new things. So you might start with us and with something that you're interested in, but whilst as you join our meetings, you might say, I think I want to learn more about this other project that this other team is working on. And we allow you to do that. But when you join the team, you might, face some challenges trying to fit in or trying to work with. But what we tell our interns is have an open mind and be willing to learn. And so I think that's one of the main things that I've seen interns struggle with when they are transitioning from one project to another. Even though they're interested in it, it might be a challenge, but if you stick with it and, you follow what your mentors have to tell you, the feedback they have to give you, you can excel. And so that's one of the things I want to tell you. Just keep an open mind and just know that before you intern with us, so you apply.
Oh, we lost you for a second. Doreen, go ahead.
I think I cut off a bit over there, but can you hear me now? Am I back?
Okay. Yes, we can.
So I just want to say there's an interviewing process before you get on the team as well. So you apply for the internship and then you have an interview. We interview you and then we ask you a few questions to know what your interests are. Based on that, we will of course assign you projects. But there's an interview process. We vet your performance on the interview and then we invite you in, to intern with us. So just keep an open mind and be willing to learn.
Thank you, Doreen. And another thing that I will say, I mentioned a lot of different interests that you could have. Maybe you're interested in being an entrepreneur. That's what I am. I took an idea and I figured out how to bring people together and start a company and create a program that is now being used by 40,000 students around the world. Maybe you're interested in the business side of things or the financial side of things and thinking about an idea that you have that you want to launch and you want to take it to the world in one way or another. That's also something that you would get to work with me on and be able to get some great experience with. So that's something else to think about. If you're not proficient, I'm just looking at more questions in the chat. If we're not proficient in a coding language but are interested in coding, can we still apply? Yes, absolutely, 100%. What is the programming language for coding at our company? So there's a lot. Typically any large product, and our product is a very large, very in-depth, sophisticated product. Any large product has a lot of different programming languages that are used and kind of built together in different ways. So one of the simplest ones that I would say that you can absolutely apply in your internship with us is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are 3 different programming languages. If you have knowledge of any of those 3, you can definitely work with our coding options that we have for students in a lot of different ways. We are also using Angular and Python and React in a few different ways. And so there's a lot of different things. But if you tell us again what you know or what you're wanting to learn, we can tell you where those fits might lie. And you're very welcome, Arjun. I'm glad the advice was helpful. Okay, are there any positions and opportunities pertaining to data modeling, interpreting, and analysis? I don't know. To answer your question, honestly, Tyler, I would be curious to hear a little bit more about what you want to do in terms of the data modeling. We have a lot of data, and we have not done a good job of visualizing that data in a good way. So maybe that's something that you could help us with, and maybe that's a skill that you could bring to our team. One really fundamental rule that we live by is if we accept an intern to join our company and join our program, it's because there's two things that are in place. One, there is an intern that has skills and interests that are aligned and expressed in a clear way. So the first thing is you have to be interested in us. And the second thing is we have to be interested in you. So what you're interested in, what you're wanting to do, what you're wanting to learn more about, it has to help you and us as a company. It's not just a one-way street. A lot of times that can be, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But because we are a small, agile startup company, we believe in really a very strong two-way street. So we want to make sure you can learn from us and we can learn from you. So to answer your question, Tyler, we haven't had an intern that has done a lot of data modeling or interpreting or analysis. We had one, I think, during a couple years ago that helped us with some of those case studies. But we want to hear more about what you can do and potentially create a position and a job for you. Who's the teacher, mentor, advisor name on the form? Okay, so if you're looking at our application form, that would be either your computer science teacher, that would be your maybe pretty much one of your computer science teachers. Would be your mentor at your school level, or it could be a parent, and that's fine too. We just need an adult that knows that you're interning with us, and that adult will be copied on all communication that we have with you. So most likely it would be your teacher. And Sharon, Michael, please add to that if there's a specific teacher that students should think about.
Nope, sounds good.
I think they'll get follow-up information about this, so we'll make sure that that's addressed.
Excellent. So good questions, students. Keep them coming. Okay, do we have Lua or C++? We do have C++, not Lua. So think about that a little bit and see what you're interested in. How long is the internship? It could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be a whole year. And you know what? We have 2 people on our team that were interns with us and are now full-time team members. So it could be that you start interning with us and you like what we do, and eventually when you finish high school or you finish college, you decide to apply to our company and join us if we are hiring for a full-time position at that time. So it could lead to a whole lot more, but it could start very small. Our shortest internships are typically a month. So, you know, if you're only available for a week, there's not a whole lot that we can do that's meaningful in just 1 week. So we typically have 1 month as the shortest time frame. And depending on how you do, your time commitment, how interested you are, we can extend that and have that be something that could also be year-long if you can commit to it. Is there an age requirement? Not on our end, but there may be some district requirements that are in place, so we'll ask the district about that, but there is not on our end. And I think, oh gosh, there's so many more questions. I know we only have 1 more minute, so Michael, I'm going to take 1 more question and then I'll hand it back over to you and Sharon. Do you have opportunities for cloud computing? So everything that we have in our product is in the cloud. We are entirely a cloud-based solution. So yes, if you're working with us, if you're working with our back-end developers and on our databases, for example, or on everything that we're doing and hosting it, we use Microsoft Azure to host our product. There's Amazon Web Services, there's a couple other ones, but those are the 2 big ones. So yes, you could absolutely, if you're interested in that, you could learn a lot more about that with our team. And will you get a chance to try multiple areas through the internship if we have Java? Yes, on Java, and internship, multiple areas, absolutely. Almost all interns start with us thinking one thing and end with us doing a lot of other things because they have an open mind. So with that, amazing question, students. Thank you for all of those great questions. Hopefully this was helpful, insightful, gave you some new things to think about. Sharon and Michael, we will hand over to you.
So thank you first off, both of you, for presenting and for giving this opportunity to our students. It sounds like there's quite a few of them who are excited. Those of you students who have not already had a chance, please make sure that you check out the internship video. I just put a link to it in the chat again. If you have any other questions, you're welcome to stay and ask here, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Otherwise, go out and try and enjoy your lovely rainy day where it's snowing in some parts, sleeting, raining. You know, it's great stuff. Thank you, the boys and girls. I'm going to stop the recording right now, and we'll ask any other questions you guys, or answer any other questions you guys may have.